Ladies and gentlemen, as we stand on the edge of a brand new year, I want you to take a moment to reflect not on the expectations of others, not on the noise of the world around you, but on the person staring back at you in the mirror. That person, the one you see every single day, is your greatest responsibility. They're the foundation of your future, the architect of your destiny, and the only one who has the power to truly alter the course of your life. In 2025, I want you to make a fearless choice. I want you to focus entirely on yourself, not out of selfishness, but out of self-preservation, not from arrogance, but for growth. Because here's the truth: you cannot pour into others when your own cup is empty. Save anyone if you haven't first saved yourself. This year is about refilling your own well. It's about being so committed to your own goals, your own healing, your own peace, that the distractions of the world fade into nothingness. Let's discuss why making yourself a priority is not just necessary, but transformative. You have spent years, perhaps even decades, giving to others your time, your energy, your love, your resources. You've been the friend who always answers the call, the family member who shows up without fail, the employee who works harder than everyone else in the room. And while that generosity speaks volumes about your character, it also slowly drains your soul if you're not careful. You see, society often convinces us that selflessness is a virtue, to the point of self-sacrifice. But I want you to challenge that belief. I want you to ask yourself, who am I when I remove all the titles, all the responsibilities, all the expectations? Who am I at my core? And once you find that answer, hold on to it with everything you have. 2025 is not about fixing everyone else. It's not about proving your value to people who wouldn't recognize your worth even if it were placed before them on a golden platter. It's about becoming the best version of yourself without guilt, without hesitation, without apology. That means creating boundaries that protect your peace. That means saying no when your soul is crying out for rest. That means stepping away from people, environments, and habits that no longer align with your highest self. And yes, it will be uncomfortable. Growth always is. The moment you decide to focus on yourself, you will face resistance. People will question your intentions. They will accuse you of being selfish, of changing, of no longer being the person they once knew. But let me tell you something. Transformation is the goal. You were not placed on this earth to remain stagnant. You were not created to remain unchanged year after year. You were designed to evolve, to grow, to ascend. So when the criticism comes, and it will use it as fuel, let it remind you that you're on the right path, because the people who benefited from your lack of boundaries will always be the first to protest when you start setting them. But their words do not define you. What defines you is the effort you are willing to invest in yourself. And let me be clear, this journey of self-focus is not easy. It is not glamorous. It means waking up before the rest of the world to chase your dreams. It means remaining disciplined when temptations try to steer you off course. It means confronting your fears head on, understanding that courage is not the absence of fear, but the determination to move forward in spite of it. It also means healing from the wounds you've carried for too long, the ones buried beneath forced smiles and casual conversations, the ones you assumed time would erase, but have only grown deeper through neglect. Healing is not always pretty, but it is essential. You cannot build a future on a foundation that is still broken. So in 2025, commit to doing the internal work, seek therapy if necessary, write journal, meditate, pray, do whatever is required to confront the pain you've been avoiding. Because until you heal, you will continue to bleed onto those who did not cause your wounds. Prioritizing yourself also means investing in your own growth. Read the books, enroll in the courses, develop the skills. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Recognize that the only moment you truly have is right now. There is a limitless world of knowledge waiting for you to claim it. So be a lifelong student, remain curious, pursue wisdom with relentless determination, because the more you learn, the more you expand, and the more you expand, the more unstoppable you become. In 2025, I also want you to guard your energy as if it were the most precious resource you own, because it is. Stop giving your time to those who drain you. Stop engaging in conversations that leave you feeling empty. Stop chasing relationships that only exist when you're the one making all the effort. Your energy is sacred, and where you choose to direct it will ultimately shape the quality of your life. Now, I know some of you are thinking, but what about the people who need me? And I hear you, but understand this: you cannot be everything to everyone. You are not indestructible, and you are not limitless. You have boundaries. And acknowledging those boundaries is not weakness, it is wisdom. The best thing you can do for those around you is to show them what it looks like to take care of yourself. Because when you operate at your highest level, you inspire others to rise to theirs. 2025 is your year, not because of some mystical shift in the universe, but because you are going to make it your year. You are going to wake up every day with purpose. You are going to choose yourself even when it's hard. You are going to stay so focused on your aspirations that nothing and no one can derail you. Holding yourself accountable to them, it looks like prioritizing your well-being, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. It looks like surrounding yourself with individuals who uplift you, challenge you, and stand by you. It looks like letting go of the need for external validation and developing trust in your own decisions. This journey will not be easy, but it will be worth it, because when you reach the end of 2025 and look back at the year, you will see a version of yourself that you never even knew was possible. You will see resilience where there was once hesitation. You will see serenity where there was once turmoil. You will see progress where there was once stagnation. And that is the power of self-focus. So as you step into this new year, remember, you are your most valuable investment. You are your greatest masterpiece. And you are worth every ounce of effort required to become all that you were destined to be. Now, let's talk about fear. Fear is often the silent adversary in our lives. It sneaks in and whispers deception, convincing you that you are not good enough, that failure is inevitable, that the world will reject you if you stand in your truth. But let me tell you something about fear. It only holds as much power as you allow it. Fear flourishes in the spaces where your faith wavers, where your confidence is unsteady. But in 2025, you're going to starve that fear. You're going to silence it with action. Because here's the reality. Fear does not simply disappear. It transforms. Every time you face it, every time you choose courage over comfort, fear weakens. It shrinks. It fades until one day you look back and realize that the very things you once dreaded have become your greatest achievements. That is the power of putting yourself first. It does not mean you will never be afraid. It means you will move forward despite the fear. And moving forward requires embracing failure. I know it's a word most of us avoid, like to play, but failure isn't the end, it's the beginning. It's a teacher, a guide, a stepping stone to success. You will fail in 2025. Let me repeat that. You will fail. You'll set goals you don't reach. You'll make plans that don't pan out. You'll stumble, you'll fall, and you'll make mistakes. But none of that matters. What matters is how you respond. Do you let failure define you, or do you let it refine you? The choice is yours, because failure is not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of your effort. It means you're trying, you're learning, you're growing. So embrace it, learn from it, and most importantly, don't let it stop you. The only real failure is in quitting. Everything else is just a lesson on the way to your success. Speaking of success, let's redefine what that means in 2025. Too often we measure success by external markers. Money, titles, possessions, the approval of others. But true success is so much deeper than that. It's about living in alignment with your purpose. It's about waking up with a sense of fulfillment, knowing that you're doing the work you were meant to do. It's about feeling whole, at peace, and proud of the person you're becoming. So ask yourself, what does success look like for me? Not for your parents, not for your friends, not for society, but for you. Get clear on that vision and then chase it with everything you've got. Because in 2025, you're not living anyone else's dream, you're living your own. Now let's address the distractions. Oh, they'll come. The world is full of shiny objects designed to pull you away from your path. Social media, gossip, toxic relationships, endless scrolling. They all eat away at your time, your energy, and your focus. But in 2025, you're going to guard your focus like a hawk. You're going to be intentional about where you direct your attention, because where your attention goes, your energy flows. That means setting boundaries with your phone, your time, and yes, even with people. It means learning to say no to the things that don't align with your goals, even when it's uncomfortable. It means creating a daily routine that supports your growth and sticking to it no matter what, because discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to be. And let's not forget about gratitude in the pursuit of self-focus. It's easy to get caught up in what you don't have, what you haven't achieved, what's still missing. But gratitude shifts your perspective. It reminds you of how far you've come, of the blessings you already have, and of the strength that's carried you through every challenge. So far, gratitude keeps you grounded. It's the fuel that powers your journey, the anchor that keeps you steady in the storms. So every day in 2025, take a moment to reflect on what you're grateful for. Write it down, say it out loud, or simply hold it in your heart. Let gratitude be your compass, guiding you toward a life of abundance and joy. And as you walk this path of self-focus, remember this: you are not alone. While the journey is deeply personal, there are others walking their own paths, fighting their own battles, and striving for their own growth. I respect their journeys as you respect your own. Support the ones who align with your vision and release those who don't with love and grace. Not everyone is meant to walk with you to the finish line, and that's okay. Some people are chapters, not the whole story. But above all, trust yourself. Trust that you have everything you need within you to succeed. Trust that your intuition will guide you, that your strength will sustain you, and Trust that your intuition will guide you, that your strength will sustain you, will carry you, because focusing on yourself doesn't mean you're in it alone. It means you're in alignment with the source of your strength, your purpose, and your power. This year is all about becoming stronger, becoming wiser, becoming more resilient, more disciplined, more at peace. It's about shedding the layers of doubt, fear, and insecurity that have held you back and stepping into the fullness of who you were created to be. You don't need permission to focus on yourself. You don't need approval. All you need is the courage to start. So start now. Start today. Start where you are with what you have, and watch as 2025 becomes the year you've been waiting for, the year you stop waiting and start creating as you step into this season of focus. Let's address one of the most challenging aspects of this journey: letting go. Letting go of what no longer serves you, letting go of the past that you've been holding on to so tightly, letting go of the people who cannot come with you into this next chapter of your life. Letting go isn't easy. It's not supposed to be. The habits, the relationships, the environments that have become familiar to you, they feel like a safety net, even when they're toxic, even when they're holding you back. There's comfort in what's familiar, but growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. It happens in the spaces where you're willing to release the old to make room for the new. And in 2025, make peace with the idea that not everything and everyone is meant to stay in your life forever. Some people, some experiences are lessons. They come into your life to teach you something, to shape you, to prepare you for what's next. But holding on to them after their purpose has been served will only weigh you down. By this year, you need to master the art of detachment. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop clinging. It means you trust that what's meant for you will stay and what's not will leave to make space for better. It means understanding that your worth is not tied to the things or people you've lost, but to the strength you've gained from letting them go. You might feel lonely at times. That's part of the process. When you start focusing on yourself, the crowd around you thins. Some people won't understand your journey. They'll criticize your choices, misunderstand your intentions, question your priorities. Let them. Their opinions are not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to yourself, to your growth, and to your peace. Embrace the solitude, because it's in the quiet moments that you'll find clarity. It's in the stillness that you'll hear the voice of your intuition guiding you. Solitude is not loneliness. It's an opportunity to reconnect with your inner self. It's where you rediscover your passions, your dreams, and your power. As you let go of the external distractions, you'll start to notice something incredible. Your inner world begins to flourish. The energy you once to everyone else will now be channeled into building yourself up. The time you once spent worrying about others' opinions will now be invested in creating the life you deserve. In this process, you'll discover the beauty of self-love. Real self-love is not about affirmations or indulgences, about treating yourself with the same respect, kindness, and care that you give to others. It's about setting standards for how you'll be treated and not settling for less. It's about forgiving yourself for past mistakes and recognizing that your worth is not diminished by your failures. When you truly love yourself, you stop chasing people who don't value you. You stop seeking validation from those who can't see your worth. You stop dimming your light to make others comfortable. Instead, you shine without hesitation, knowing that the right people will be drawn to your authenticity. Prioritizing yourself also means embracing your uniqueness. You were not placed on this earth to be a replica of someone else. You were not meant to fit into a mold that society has constructed for you. You were meant to be distinctively and unapologetically yourself. So stop comparing your journey to others. Stop measuring your progress by someone else's timeline. Your path is uniquely yours, and it is unfolding exactly as it is meant to as you navigate this journey. Do not underestimate the power of consistency. Great achievements are built on small, consistent efforts. It is not about grand gestures or instant success. It is about showing up for yourself every single day. It is about making the decision again and again to prioritize your growth, your dreams, and your happiness. Consistency requires discipline, and discipline demands a deep commitment to your vision. There will be days when motivation is low, when progress seems slow, when doubt creeps in, but those are the days that matter the most. Those are the days when discipline will be your greatest strength. Remember this: the habits you cultivate in 2025 will shape the person you are becoming in the years ahead. So choose habits that align with the future you are creating. Choose habits that nourish your mind, your body, and your soul. Choose habits that reflect the love and respect you have for yourself and the life you are building. And as you build, do not forget to celebrate your victories, big and small. Celebrate the progress, even when it feels minor. Celebrate the fact that you are showing up for yourself, that you are doing the work, that you are not giving up. Gratitude and celebration fuel the journey. They remind you of how far you have come and inspire you to keep pushing forward. I want you to understand that this journey is not linear. There will be setbacks. There will be moments when it feels like you are moving backward instead of forward, but that is part of the process. Growth is not a straight line. It is a series of highs and lows, triumphs and lessons. In those moments of doubt, remind yourself why you began. Remind yourself of the vision you hold for your life, the person you are becoming, and the future you are shaping. Let that vision pull you forward even when the road ahead seems difficult, because focusing on yourself in 2025 is not merely about self-improvement. It is about self-transformation. It is about becoming the kind of person who inspires others, not through words alone, but through the way you live. It is about proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. So stay the course, keep your eyes fixed on your own path, and trust that every step you take is leading you closer to the life you have always envisioned. Every step you take in 2025 is an investment in yourself. And understand this: no investment in yourself is ever wasted. Whether it is the time you devote to learning, the energy you dedicate to your goals, or the moments you take for rest and reflection, it all matters. It all adds up. You may not see the results immediately. That can be frustrating because growth does not always follow your timeline. You plant the seeds, you nurture them, you put in the effort. But harvest comes when it is ready, not when you demand it. So be patient with yourself. Trust the process. The work you are doing today will pay off in the future. Even if you cannot yet see the rewards in the meantime, be your own biggest cheerleader. Speak life into yourself. Uplift yourself the way you would a dear friend. Too often we are our own harshest critics, dwelling on our flaws, our mistakes, our shortcomings. But that kind of negativity does not serve you. It does not contribute to your growth. In 2025, replace self-criticism with self-compassion. Be gentle with yourself because the world is already harsh enough as it is. As you cultivate this kindness toward yourself, you will begin to see a shift in your relationships. When you prioritize yourself, you change the energy you bring into every interaction. You stop seeking validation from others because you have already validated yourself. You stop accepting disrespect because you have set a higher standard for it, how you deserve to be treated. You stop overextending yourself for people who do not reciprocate. And instead, you begin to attract those who align with your values and respect your boundaries. Relationships, whether personal or professional, will take on a deeper meaning when you make yourself a priority. You will come to understand that not everyone who enters your life is meant to stay, and that is okay. You will learn to appreciate those who add value to your journey and release those who deplete your energy. You will stop holding on to toxic relationships out of fear of being alone, because you will realize that solitude is not a punishment, it is a gift. And let's talk about energy for a moment. Your energy is your most valuable resource. It is finite, and once it is spent, you cannot get it back. So be intentional about where you direct it. In 2025, make a deliberate effort to invest your energy in things that elevate you, challenge you, and propel you toward your aspirations. Protect your energy as though your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. This means limiting your exposure to negativity, whether it comes from toxic individuals, draining environments, or even self-destructive thoughts. Do not allow negativity to take up space in your life. You have the power to decide what you focus on, and what you focus on expands. So direct your attention toward what is good, what is possible, what is hopeful. This is not about ignoring reality or pretending difficulties do not exist. It is about choosing to approach those difficulties with a mindset that empowers you rather than one that defeats you. It is about acknowledging your struggles while also recognizing your ability to overcome them. In 2025, your mindset will be your greatest tool. It will determine how you respond to obstacles, how you handle setbacks, and how you navigate the uncertainties of life. A resilient and positive mindset does not mean you will not face hardships. It means you will meet them with strength and grace. Resilience is essential because the path of self-focus is not without its tests. Life will present challenges, as it always does, but resilience is what will keep you standing when the storms come. It is what will allow you to rise stronger after every setback. And the beautiful thing about resilience is that it grows each time you use it. So do not run from challenges in 2025. Embrace them. See them as opportunities to prove to yourself just how capable you truly are. See them as stepping stones to the next level of your evolution. Every obstacle you conquer adds to your strength, your wisdom, and your self-belief. Confidence, by the way, is not arrogance. It is not about thinking you are better than anyone else. It is about understanding your worth, recognizing your abilities, and trusting in your potential. Confidence is quiet, steady, and unwavering. It is the foundation upon which you will build your success in 2025. But remember, confidence is not something you are simply born with. It is something you cultivate. You build it by keeping promises to yourself, by stepping beyond your comfort zone, and by proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you once believed. You develop it through action, through effort, through persistence. And in this journey of building confidence, do not forget to celebrate yourself. Celebrate your progress, your evolution, your victories, no matter how minor they may seem. Celebrate the fact that you are showing up for yourself every day, because that alone is an achievement. As you celebrate, you will begin to notice a transformation in your perspective. You will stop fixating on what is missing and start valuing what you already have. You will stop comparing yourself to others and begin embracing your distinct journey. You will stop doubting your abilities. Start believing in your limitless potential. And this belief will sustain you through the moments of uncertainty, the moments when the path feels long and the progress feels slow, because trust is what enables you to keep pushing forward even when you cannot yet see the finish line. It is what reminds you that every step, no matter how small, is moving you closer to your destination. So as you focus on yourself in 2025, remember this: you are evolving. That is a beautiful thing. You do not need to have everything figured out. You do not need to be flawless. You simply need to keep going. And as you continue on this path, you will uncover something extraordinary. The more you focus on yourself, the more you transform into the person you were always destined to be, you will experience a sense of tranquility, purpose, and strength that can only be found within. As you grow into the best version of yourself, in 2025, you will notice that life starts to shift in ways you never expected. Doors will open that you once believed were closed. Opportunities will emerge that you could never have anticipated. People will begin to perceive you differently, not because you have changed for them, but because you have become fully aligned with your authentic self. That is the power of focus. When you intentionally direct your energy, the world takes notice. It is not luck. It is not magic. It is a result of relentless effort, self-trust, and alignment. When you stop dispersing your energy on things that do not serve you, you become a force to be reckoned with. And here is something else that happens. When you focus on yourself, you become magnetic. People are naturally drawn to those who are self-assured and have a clear sense of direction. Confidence, self-respect, purpose are incredibly attractive traits. But understand that being magnetic is not about drawing everyone in. It is about drawing the right people, the ones who resonate with your vision, your values, and your energy. Throughout this process, you will come to recognize the significance of saying no to distractions, no to people-pleasing, no to anything that does not align with your mission. Setting boundaries is not selfish. It is essential. It is how you safeguard your time, your energy, and your priorities. It is how you make room for what truly matters. And as you carve out this space, you will come to a profound realization: you are enough. Not because of what you accomplish, not because of how others perceive you, but because of who you are. When you release the need for external validation, the compulsion to prove yourself, and the fear of being judged, you are left with your true essence. And that essence is more than enough. In 2025, you will learn to operate from a place of wholeness. You will stop chasing and start attracting. You will stop proving and start being. You will stop merely surviving and begin thriving. But thriving does not mean a life free of difficulties. It means confronting those difficulties with resilience and courage. It means recognizing setbacks as stepping stones for greater comebacks. It means understanding that every challenge is an opportunity to evolve, to learn, and to become stronger. And as you navigate these challenges, do not forget to prioritize your well-being. Self-care is not an indulgence, it is a necessity. It is not just about spa days or relaxation rituals, though those are wonderful if they bring you joy. Self-care is about setting firm boundaries, prioritizing rest, and making time for the things that nourish your spirit. In 2025, self-care will be your superpower. It will help you stay grounded in the midst of chaos, unshaken in the face of adversity. It is how you replenish, refocus, and realign with your purpose this year. Let self-care be an act of defiance against a society that constantly demands productivity, busyness, and exhaustion. Let it be a declaration that your well-being is a priority, that your peace is sacred, that you refuse to operate on empty, and as you care for yourself. Do not forget to dream. Dream fearlessly, dream expansively, dream so big they make you a little nervous, because those are the dreams that matter. But here's the truth about dreams. They require action. In 2025, your dreams will demand effort. They will require you to take chances, step beyond your comfort zone, and embrace uncertainty. They will ask you to believe in yourself even when others question you. They will require consistency even when results are not immediate. But most importantly, they will require you to begin. No more waiting for the perfect moment. No more waiting for everything to align perfectly. Begin now with what you have, where you are, and trust that the rest will come together, because when you focus on yourself, you're not just dreaming, you are creating. You're creating a life that mirrors your values, your aspirations, and your purpose. You are shaping a legacy that will endure. You are constructing a version of yourself that you can be proud of. And in doing so, you will inspire others to embark on their own journey. You do not need to convince, persuade, or prove anything to anyone. Just live your truth and let your life speak for itself. When people witness your growth, they will be motivated to invest in themselves too. But remember, inspiration is a byproduct, not the goal. The goal is your personal evolution, your inner peace, your joy. The goal is becoming the person you were always meant to be. This year, you will step into your power like never before. You will stop shrinking to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. You will stop apologizing for being exactly who you are. You will take ownership of your story, your path, and your truth. And in doing so, you will experience a freedom that cannot be taken away. The freedom to live authentically, to love deeply, to dream boldly, the freedom to be completely and unapologetically yourself. So take this journey step by step, day by day, moment by moment. Trust that every action you take is leading you closer to the life you are meant to have. And understand that by focusing on yourself, you are not just transforming your own life, you are influencing the world around you, because when you prioritize your growth, your energy, your success, you create a ripple effect. Your evolution encourages others to rise, to grow, to invest in themselves. And that is how real change takes place.